Yo, welcome. This should be the second video on Sparks Fly channel that I'm doing the unit. A couple should have come out now on my main channel. So I've done all the tray work, removed all the old electrics. I've just got a little bit of tray left to do, up and up, which is here, 2-inch tray. Workbench is in, had a bit of a tidy up. Bay lights are all in. So today's project, I'm going to try and do two things today. So it'll be two separate videos. One is my podcast table. So for my podcast table, I've got 4 3-foot scaffold boards and some scaffold tube and then some brackets. So I've just been having a bit of a play to see how this is going to work out. These were just 2 offcuts, so I thought I'd try it out. So main plan is screw these together, do exactly what I did under here with the brackets, chamfer the edges, bring it back, support them together. Then we're going to build the framework out of scaffold board, so obviously 4 legs and then 4 cross-sectional members going across like this. I don't have any feet for it, but equally I don't have anything to attach the table to the poles itself, so I was just going to do the same thing I did before for the time being, just self-tap with some angle brackets in, just to secure it in place. Obviously it's going to be a 2-man lift eventually, and then for my workbench, my wheelie workbench, I've got the bought some scaffold wheels that I can move it around. It might be beneficial to try and order another set of these for this. It'd be a lot easier to a point. But yeah, the problem is it's Sunday, I've got 1 length of CLS left, which will be just enough to do this, just for the supports, and then I can start cutting the poles with the angle grinder. I'm going to go and get some more gas, because I went to start the gas thing this morning because it is chilly in here, but I don't have any gas, so for the first time in my life, that's my dad's old gas bottle. I've never ever bought or filled up a gas bottle before, so we'll see how that turns out. So I've got measurements for here. This across is 900. I'm going to do 3 700 supports, chamfer the edges off at a 45, get them marked out, get them drilled in. This side is nice and plumb, nice and line and level. This side is not. So once we've got them screwed together, I don't have a workbench yet, so I'm going to stick them on here. We'll run the circular saw down the side, square that up, and then we can start cutting the scaffold boards. That was successful. This is our line, so 120 from the end, ripping it off, straight off. So obviously that is 3 foot down to 120. These are equally spaced, same distance from here to here. It's literally on the lopside. I'm just going to stick a screw in just to hold that down against the wall. Run that down. I'm not sure how much my is going to cut. I've never changed the blade in this, but equally the 5-amp battery. I've got the 12-amp and the 8-amp batteries, which would easily rip it, but they don't fit in here. These have a little indent, which you can just see there as it curls round, and that stops the 8-amp and the 12-amp going in here. Otherwise that would have easily cut it, but we'll set it up and we'll give it a go. Okay, right, we've got them all cut to length. They are 660, so in theory, what I've tried to do, because obviously I'm doing it with an angle grinder, not a chop saw, is all my cut, I mean that is pretty square, so but I've got all the ends which are properly cut, manufactured or from wherever I got them from. The plan is, I think, I'm going to bring them around about there. I was thinking maybe doing a hole saw and slotting them in a bit, but I think I want as much strength as possible to bring them near the edge. And then from there, once I've got my measurements out, I will then measure my cross sections, and then as and then we can start bolting these in place, make the structure up itself, and once it's strong, sturdy, we've got it the way we want, we can then self-tapper it into the wood. That was fun. They're all cut. They're 800, no they're not. They're 800 and they are a measurement, 42 inches, I think was the closest number. That's what electricians will get. If you're not an electrician, you watch this, I'm an electrician, and you will know that most of us, if you've got a tape measure out, you will go to the nearest number, inches or centimetres. So there we go. Right, I'm gonna give this a go at bolting the brackets on. I'm gonna go and get my spanner set out of the van, and yeah, give it a go. We're gonna bring these quite close. I might flip it upside down actually, so I can bolt it on and go from there, but I really don't know how this is gonna turn out, so it's a learning experience for everyone, but in my head it makes sense. So we'll give it a go, but it's gonna be heavy afterwards, definitely. There we have it, nice and sturdy, really heavy now. Hope you can see that from the camera angle before. I've just obviously, these are all matching. I've angle grinded all this sharp bits off. Obviously the bottom feet on here and here. I'm really happy with that. So I think what I'm gonna do now, just to give it more support, I'm gonna get some holes in the actual poles themselves, and I'm gonna screw some wood screws with some washers on, just to support that as best as possible. At some point I'm gonna try and get like slip-on feet, so over here, similar to this but smaller, like a cup, almost like this, where it's a sleeve that goes over and I can tighten it on, that I can tighten it and then just bolt it straight down into the wood. But this is what I've got for now, so I'm going to draw some holes, support that, and then I'm going to attempt to flip it over. Alright, I screwed it, drilled it, run from all angles. Let's see if it's level, and let's see if it falls apart when I move it. Oh, well, it's definitely heavy. Yep, definitely heavy. Electrician did that. Boom. Let's have a further gander. Right, so I wanted to drop this down so it was the height of my desk at home. I planned that to be that, but I ended up doing the same height as the kitchen worktop because I got confused. Easily done. So the strength is there. It's got a tiny wobble, but I think it's because it's yeah, it's strong, it's sturdy, I like the look of it. It's going to be one of them tables as well where I don't want people to put the feet under, because that's there. If it microphones everything, we don't want anyone touching the table, we've got to sit back a bit. But I'm going to get a bit of sandpaper, treat this. The wood is a bit wet, that's why it was difficult to cut through to start with, but we got there in the end with 4 batteries. But yeah, I'm really chuffed with that. Really chuffed. So I'm going to do the same thing, but bigger, for a workbench on wheels. And then next video, I'm going to do some worktop across here. There's going to be a sink in it. I'm going to do some more tray work across the top and down, which I've done here. I'll link that in one video. Drop a socket down as far across as we can. So it's a 13-foot scaffold boards. So I'm going to do a 13-foot workbench across there. And hopefully, when I get my merchandise done. I've got one of the t-shirts. I did some my own merch t-shirts and some hoodies. I'm gonna get my other half on that, so this will be a station for her to print, press, package, post, all that sort of stuff over there. So at some point she will be coming on some videos. So yeah, chuffed with that. Let me know how appalling it was, if you all want to. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you soon.